Finished both journals. They look stunning. First, I want to show you guys my take on an analog bag. I'm really just trying to start living a more digital-free life. Good morning, my beautiful besties. What are you doing? If you're an OG, you know that this is Milo. He's from my childhood home and he spent the night with me. Right now I have my warm water, which is supposed to be great for digestion per Chinese medicine. Whoa! Oh my god, I cannot speak. Chinese medicine. People have been like swearing by this on TikTok, so hopefully this gives me a great BM today. Pardon the fact that I literally just woke up. Okay, I haven't done this skincare yet. The reason I haven't done those things yet is because I want to do the morning pages first thing in the morning. Morning pages is a practice created by Julia Cameron. You do 3 full pages of just your morning thoughts. But for me, as I started this practice, I kind of just wanted to get in the habit of picking up my journal, writing things down, no matter how many pages that kind of took up. Sometimes it is just 1 page and sometimes it is 3 pages. Milo is whining for me and I feel so bad. You could be a little... Guys, he is such a little baby. I haven't kept up with a habit for this long. It's been 28 days of journaling and it's been genuinely life-changing. As an overthinker, from the morning that I get up, a lot of times I'm like already in my head about something. And honestly, this has kind of been like therapy because sometimes it's just thoughts that I'm like making up and I need to just write it out so I like acknowledge them and can almost just throw them away. It's just one part of our morning. I haven't really even gotten the day started. Dry for a bit before I start blow drying it. I do have some groceries that just got delivered, so I'm gonna put those away. Alright guys, we have my breakfast here. I'm going to get ready. Also, a moment for the cardigan. This is like probably the most whimsical, colorful piece of clothing that I own. It's yellow with this hint of like red peeking through, and then each button is a different color. Pink, white, blue, green, and then pink again. Now I kind of wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of what this video entails. What's the purpose of it? It's really just to take you guys along through these days as I intentionally spend time off of my phone, as I dedicate time to my hobbies. I am really excited to do this one thing. We're gonna be making DIY Louise Carmen leather journals. Making the effort to minimize my screen time has been an important goal for me as we start 2026. I'm so invested in this goal that I've gone so far as to move things that I typically would do on my phone onto paper. So for example, like a Google Calendar, just using my life diary to put all the important dates, classes, due dates in there. I'm really just trying to start living a more digital-free life. First, I want to show you guys my take on an analog bag. This is a trend that started on TikTok, and it's basically a bag or a tote that you fill up with a bunch of non-digital activities. This bag is a means to help you stop doom scrolling, romanticize your life a little bit more, be more creative. But now everyone's bag is going to look different. Some people, they'll put like their knitting supplies in here, a magazine, a coloring book, but this is just what I have in mind. Now I wanted to just use a bag that I already own, one that was pretty spacious so that I can fit all the things in here. First and foremost, cutesy red gingham bag that I bought from a boutique. Inside, I have stickers. These specific ones are from TikTok shop. This has like a variety of such cute freaking stickers. Like just this first page right here. Is that not the most adorable? Next page over, another sleigh. I have a few pens. These two are fountain pens. Not like the traditional fancy ones that are really expensive, but it's just a very fine tip. At first I couldn't figure out how to use them. As soon as I learned, I couldn't stop writing with these. I think these are my favorite pens to write with now. And then these are just some colored ones from Tech. I actually don't really like writing with these. They're just a little too stiff for me. They don't really glide as much as I would like for them to. The next thing I have in here are these books, and they are filled with monologues. If you guys didn't know, your girl has started acting. I've now been taking classes for 6 months and maybe going back to school for dramatic arts soon. This is going to be so useful for my acting journey. If I ever needed a monologue to recite or to audition with, like I literally have a handful of them. It's also just good to get in the practice of reading monologues, analyzing them, performing them. Next, we have my journal that you guys saw. The reason I take this one with me everywhere is because it is my commonplace journal. Along with my morning pages, I do put question of the days, letters, and notes from friends. I have actor notes and some TED Talk notes. Side note, I do kind of wish that I made my morning pages and my closing shift, which are like my night pages, I wish I put them all in one journal. There are a lot of thoughts that sometimes come out of my morning pages that I feel like don't really need to be next to like a TED Talk. Next, we have my junk journal in here. I like to take this with me everywhere. The chances of me ending up with some sort of junk to put in here is very likely. I also have a deck of cards in here. I love playing speed. I like playing James Bond. That's everything that's in my analog bag. I have some items to junk journal. One of them being my old driver's license. We're also going to be adding some stickers onto this journal. I got some new stickers from this little shop at The Source back in OC. As you can see, there's a theme here. Meanwhile, I'm going to listen to my audiobook. We're on chapter 17. I have a sticky letter memo pad. You can kind of make a little letter with it here. These side ones go first, and then this one goes last. And throw this guy in there. There we go. Here's a little note for myself in the future.
Start your computations.
I made it to chapter 21 and I finished adding on all of my stickers. I did end up adding a little future note for myself. It's for me to read after I finish this entire journal. This is his new toy, the one-eyed Ponyo. Yes, that's your friend. Okay, we're gonna be moving on to our next hobby, and that is to finish off this bad boy right here. So I actually already finished the first half of this build. This one is a lot smaller than this guy right here. I only have a second bag left, so this should be a pretty quick build. You're also looking for an activity to do with a significant other or friends, family. This is a really fun and interactive activity. This one did take me 2 days to make, and I feel like with this one, it takes less than 2 hours. I truly believe that nurturing your creative side, trying new things and doing hobbies, it really keeps our childlike spirit alive. Finished all of the flowers. Well, our build is finally complete. We shall put it right here. drink of choice is going to be a banana mango spinach smoothie. I kind of like to make this my very high fiber breakfast. I will add oats in there. The key to a very sweet smoothie without actually having to add sugar is getting your bananas to do you want them to be like almost black? Once they get really brown, definitely throw them in the freezer. You don't want to add too much fruit though, because again, you don't want to have a sugar overload. But spinach is going to add some iron. Today we have yet another fabulous cardigan. Yesterday we were pretty much indoors all day. It was gloomy, so it wasn't really the vibe to be outside. Today is so warm. I really have been wanting to stop at a bookstore. From there on, I might stop at a cafe. I do have a meeting at 1 p.m, so I might take it there. We do have to be back here pretty early because I do want to make our journals today. So today's gonna be an amazing day. Once again, digital free, only good vibes. Okay. I love being around books. I love looking at books. I like to pick them up and feel them, and I like seeing all the different colors. For me, it's the equivalent of going into a museum and admiring every piece. I just love sitting there. Feels like a safe space for me. From the bookstore, we picked up Bear Town by Frederick Bachman, a very popular book. I also picked up a Pulitzer Prize finalist. Any bookstore that I've walked into, this book is always sitting there catching my eye. I don't know, I've always been tempted to pick it up. The title is just so interesting. It's called The Idiot. And then I picked up a classic, which I'm a little nervous about. This is East of Eden. Jennifer Lawrence mentioned this book in an interview. I'm sweating if you guys couldn't tell. So let's go. The meeting that I have right now is with the directors of the short film that I'm going to be doing. So I just downloaded this script right now, and we're going to do a bit of analyzing, start taking some notes on it. The self-tape that I did for this one, I put a brief part of it in a vlog, and so I ended up booking that, which is pretty cool because not gonna lie, I was struggling with that tape. A lot of the work that you do comes before you go on set. It's doing the backstory, really doing all the work to understand your character, the things that they like, how they walk, what are their mannerisms. You do all this so that when they call action, you already are the character. I finished my meeting. We read through the script. That was a lot of fun. But while I'm still here, I'm gonna finish picking up daisies. There's less than 40 pages left. Officially finished picking up daisies. This is the third book that I finished in 2026. My reading goal is 10 books. I feel like we're on a strong start to reaching that goal. The author, Liana Cincotti, loves to use similes. Overall, I like this book. There are definitely a lot of moments where I was very giddy. We did end up tabbing a lot of pages in the end there. Now for the moment that we've all been waiting for. We're gonna make our DIY Louise Carmen journals. Now I had to buy all the materials for this, and I will say it's not a very cheap hobby. It requires a few things, and that was kind of my hesitancy as to start it. I had to buy the elastic cords. I had to buy the grommet kit. This was like, I think $18. And then I had to buy a cutting mat. Some people will use a rotary cutter. I have my scissors that I'm gonna use. Hopefully these work. And then of course you need the leather, which I did a little hack that I saw on TikTok, and I just bought a leather mat off of Amazon. So I got this in a pink of course. The leather actually feels really nice and soft. And then I got it in green. Saw that coming. You already knew that was coming, okay? I actually haven't seen people do them in these softer, like more pastel colors. So I kind of wanted to do my version of that. This journal is an A5, so I'm going to use the A5 template. Okay, I'm also just following this video right here. And she also provides the dimensions. Some people will also just print out the template. I'm just going to do this with 2 pieces of paper. Sizes are 16 inches. Okay, and I'm just using my cutting mat. It has like a ruler on the back. This one is 8.5. Okay, so we're gonna need it like an extra in. For me, when it comes to DIYs and crafts, I'm actually not really a perfectionist. If I get too particular about it, if I stress about it, because I will, then it's just not really fun. So I like to embrace the imperfections, enjoy the process. This is also really easy to cut with scissors, so I don't really think you need a rotary cutter. Probably depends on the leather. And this is how much leather we have left. I don't really know what I would do with this, but save it for the future. Though, let me round out the corners here. In order to do that, all I need is any sort of circular shape. Throw that in the corner here. It's actually a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be, though I know we're not at the hard part yet. Basically what I'm doing is making this edge right here round, so it's like a journal. Again, I'm gonna figure out how I want the placement to go, how I want this to fold over. Some people might like that the fold is smaller, for example, that this kind of ends right here. If I want it to be around here, then I have to change where my grommets would go. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys get it. You guys get it. Made my marking where I want the first grommet to start. This is our grommet kit. There's some interesting devices in here. I'm not exactly sure if my measurements are going to be exact. I'm just winging it here, and I think it's gonna work out. It probably would be so much easier with a ruler, but I don't have one. I'm now going to start hammering the holes in. I have my cutting mat under so it doesn't make any dents. My really old rusty hammer. Damn! Did this just go through the cutting mat? What the freak? I was actually supposed to use this. Okay, I feel dumb. So now we're going to make a hole for the string that's gonna go across the leather. Once again, I'm just eyeballing these things. That might drive some people crazy, but keeps my sanity if anything. Now we're going to start adding in the grommet. Here is an example of what that's gonna look like. This is where we start to add the elastic. Now I had a pack of a bunch of different kinds. I thought there was a pink shade. There's not. Just totally fine. I am just gonna use this mustard yellow. This is also where we start adding on our charm. We definitely want a little rock star moment with the guitar. Perhaps a star. That one's like so cute. I read that. That works. In total, we have 12 holes. That's going to get us 3 notebook inserts. Oh my gosh, guys, we're almost done. Now we're gonna do the string that will wrap around. I'm going to put this little flower guy, this music note, because she's a singer. Wrap through, but you wanna have enough string so that this goes around your entire notebook. If I end up messing up with this, I can always just redo it, so no worries. Okay, I'm just gonna cut off the excess here. Here's where it all comes together. Let's add in the inserts. I'm gonna add in this cutesy little notebook. This one's going in. I'm gonna put my life diary in. My life diary third. Second is the night journal. Little small insert. Close that up. OMG! Wrap this around. Finishing the pink leather cover. This one took me probably less than 30 minutes. I did end up adding some stickers onto this guy, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the pink one. finished both journals. They look stunning. I actually expected this to be a lot harder than it turned out to be. This was really fun. I'm pretty proud with how they came out. Guys, these just look so beautiful. I do want to call it a night early because tomorrow I'm going to be hosting a cafe. I'm going to have all of my friends and family over and make them matcha. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I wanted to end off this week in my favorite way by gathering my friends and family through our shared love for matcha. I love doing these mini cafes because it gives me an excuse to play matcha-rista. More importantly, they create a space to slow down, laugh, play games, and make new memories together. In moments like these, our phones fade into the background because we're fully present with the people in front of us. As humans, we're meant to be in each other's company. This is where our connection deepens and where real memories are made. Matcha for you. Raspberry matcha for you. Let me know if it's sweet.
This is good.
Yeah.
I like it like this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is perfect.
So Michaela made me a matcha. This is really good. Look at the vibes, guys. Like the music, playing games on the side, and there's people in the back doing some work. This is amazing. I wish every day was like this.
This is my stationery now, which is very messy. Your girl's working hard. She's a matcha-rista. Of course, I wanted to take you guys along with me because it's such a vibey day. Also, don't mind. I did pop my pimples, so I had to put a band-aid on here. Excuse me? Can I get a vanilla matcha, please? Maddie has specifically requested a protein matcha latte. She bought the milk and everything. This is Fairlife chocolate nutrition shake. This is your special request. Well, that's good. I love that. This is how you have a analog day. You play card games, you play code names, and you just sit here for hours playing. And it keeps you off your phone, right? Yeah, I haven't touched my phone in like 15 minutes.
No, dang, this is a long ass run. Oh!